Lately, I've found myself needing to slow down more often. Like my mind hits this point where it just won't let me keep going without taking a break. And when that happens, reading is where I go. This video isn't about aesthetics or a perfect routine, it's about what helps me breathe, about how building a simple, quiet space around reading has become something I depend on, especially on the hard days. Sometimes all I need is 5 minutes. Other times, I stay until the noise in my head finally fades. So today I'm sharing what that looks like for me, not to tell you what to do, but to remind you it's okay to pause. When I say create a space to read, I don't mean anything special. I just mean trying to make it something that I can breathe in. I dim the lights, grab a blanket, and have a drink nearby, even if it's just water. Sometimes I light a candle, but most of the times it's just me, quiet, and whatever book I'm reaching for. It's not about the props. It's about the energy. Calm, still, safe, a small moment where nothing else needs my attention. Reading has constantly saved me. It's not just a way to pass the time, it's my escape from my own thoughts, even if just for a moment. It helps me reset when things are feeling overwhelming. In 2020, things got really bad for me. I was stuck at home, not working, and basically fighting for my life. It was the darkest time I've ever faced, and honestly, not something I've really talked about much. And because the rest of the world was struggling too, I felt like my pain didn't really matter. In comparison, it seemed selfish or dramatic to say that I wasn't okay when there were so many others going through so much more. My family knew some of what I was dealing with, but the truth is, I hid a lot from them. And I thought if I pretended to be fine, I wouldn't burden any of my friends or family with that extra stress. I told myself I didn't need them to carry my heaviness too. But the weight doesn't just go away just because I hid it. What did help, truly, deeply, was reading. Books became that one place where I didn't have to pretend. I could just be quiet, be still, and let myself feel something else. That year, I leaned into my love of books more than ever. It became something I held onto when everything else felt like it was just falling apart. Since then, I've made it a priority to nurture that love and never lose it again. If you're trying to create something like this for yourself, here's what worked for me. Lighting that's not harsh, a small lamp or natural light from a window is best. In my reading nook, I unfortunately don't have that option right now. I don't have a lamp, and the window is out of the way, so I don't get a lot of natural light, so I do use overhead lights. However, I can turn them off and just have the natural light if I don't feel like having them on. A comfortable layer, so usually it's a blanket. Most of the time down in my reading nook, it is this ginormous pillow. I actually have two of them. A drink, because the act of sipping something while reading helps me slow down and stay present. Usually it's just water, and I actually don't have my water with me today. But usually it's just my water cup, my big, I like have a liter cup. It's just usually that. I don't typically bring anything extra. It works for me. And the last thing that has worked for me is silence, or sometimes the sound of rain or soft instrumental music, which I have a playlist specifically for, but only if it helps you feel grounded. If it does not work for you, do not use it. It doesn't have to look like mine. Just make sure it feels like yours. That's what makes it work. When I settle into a book in this kind of space, something changes. My mind actually slows down. The constant thoughts, the background noise, it softens. I'm not thinking about everything I need to do or everything that's weighing on me. I'm just here. I'm present. When I settle into a book in this kind of space, something changes. My mind actually slows down. The constant thoughts, the background noise, it all softens. I'm not thinking about everything I need to do or everything that's weighing on me. I'm just here in the story. That pause, that shift, it's like a reset button for my brain. And the truth is, some days I have to press that reset button more than once. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 times a day. Just 5 or 10 minutes to give myself a break that my mind is desperately screaming for, just to stop the spiraling. It's not always about reading a whole chapter. Sometimes it's just reading a paragraph and letting myself breathe. It's the act of slowing down that matters. not how much I get through. And honestly, those bad days, they don't always announce themselves. Mine show up at weird times, like halfway through what I thought was going to be a really good day. I'll be doing okay, and then suddenly I'm not. And that's hard. Everyone's bad day looks different. Some people feel it physically, some emotionally, some just feel disconnected. Whatever yours looks like, it's valid. You don't need to justify needing a break. Your mind needs rest just like your body does. If we listen to sore muscles and take breaks, why don't we treat our thoughts with the same care? You don't need to earn rest, especially mental rest. So if you find yourself overwhelmed or anxious or just stuck in a weird moment, give yourself permission to pause, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Open a book, take a breath, and let your mind step away for a second. If your mind's been heavy lately or you've been feeling off, this is your reminder that you're allowed to pause. You don't have to explain it or earn it. Your brain and your body deserve rest without apology. Try to sit down with a book. Give yourself 5 minutes or longer if it turns into that. Let the outside world go quiet, even if just for a little while. If you already have a space like this, I hope this video reminds you to return to it. I'd love to hear what helps you reset too. Just feel free to share your own cozy reading tips in the comments. So, that's how I build my perfect cozy reading moment, little rituals that help me reset and quiet my mind. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What do you do to make your reading time feel cozy? Or what helps you reset on a hard day? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cozy bookish content. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one.